Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of Escreal Let's Play Minecraft. In today's episode, we're going to finish up the build that we started 2 episodes ago. Our temporary, slightly permanent, new Towny base. I'm really excited with how it came out. I think it looks phenomenal and I can't wait to show it to you. So, without any further ado, let's get back to it. Alright, progress update time. I have something to show you. First off, if we look up, we are inside my fully covered base, or at least, predominantly covered base. So that's currently the internal inside view of the roof. I put in a couple of jack-o'-lanterns as sources of light inside. Those jack-o'-lanterns have a certain amount of exposed area. So from the outside, they theoretically glow just a little bit, just of the very bits at the top, if you saw it in the right way. However, what I'm thinking of doing is kind of following that pattern a bit more. So in those corners that I had the 4 Acacia slats, I'm thinking of tucking another jack-o'-lantern in each of the corners towards the inside of the building, add more light, and also add just a little bit more accents in the building itself. But we're pretty close at this point, at least as far as ceilings are concerned. So we have our design. We have our colors that pop. We also started to do a little bit of symmetry with our chests and furnaces, just in part because it helps to kind of balance out this room. They're also useful to have, but that is currently the view that we have with our base, and I'm really liking it. I'm really happy with the way this is coming out. Design is not, it does not come nearly as easy to me as Redstone. So, some of you might be watching this and being like, this is terrible, but I'm looking at this being like, wow, this is actually pretty excellent. I'm super excited about how much we've gotten done, how it's looking, how it's not just a box. This is, I'm really liking this. So, and I'm trying different things, and they seem to be working, at least as far as I feel looking at it. So, yeah, this is pretty excellent. So we will do our little accents in the corners, inside corners, right around here, with more jack-o'-lanterns on each corner. And then we will, I think, start putting in the glass for these open areas. The general flow of this room is just going to be one great hall, at least for the time being. But yeah, so for our temporary base, what I'm thinking is we have the big open area. We have some chests in at least these 2 corners, if not mirrored on this side as well. We will continue this design on this wall. This is going to be a pain to actually fill in this wall. It will be a pain with pains because I'm using so many half slabs, and if there's a half slab there, nothing else can go there unless it's the same half slab. So we'll be playing with a lot of really just truly open air walls, but that's all right. It's breezy, it's fun, it's relaxed. So yeah, I think once all of those things are done and we clean out the mess of the internal garden, I think this is going to look really just pretty slick. So that's our plan. Now, just to set expectations, we are not done, but I think we're at a really cool spot for a big reveal. So, ready? That's right, we've started to kill all of our crops and clear them out. We got rid of all internal scaffolding. We've done our designs on both sides, including a back wall design that mirrors our front. We're coming together. It's almost done. I did decide to do one final harvest of all of my sugarcane and then pull it up. So right now it's grass on the inside, which is fine. I can live with grass. But maybe what I'll do is I'll do a combination of maybe the birch slabs and the acacia to kind of make a pattern. I could do that. That could work. So my original thought is that this would be temporary and I would fairly quickly tear it down. What I might end up doing, though, is be a lot more sensitive to it and keep it around a little bit longer. Certainly as I further develop my base below ground, I mean, there's no reason to radically quickly change this up here if it actually is a pretty stable view. My original vision had me doing a lot of work above ground to get to a base, which I will still do, but since there's less of a sense of urgency to build a structure and get something, sort of plant my flag in town, this may actually work out really well. So as I'm getting closer to being able to say I'm done with it, at least for now, I think I do like the idea of spending just a little bit more time doing a few finishing touches, and I'll come back to it. I'll continuously refine it, of course, and this certainly won't be a done base in one session, at least not in my mind of what I want to do with the base, but I like it, and I think this will be a pleasant way to start the day. I thought we could finish up the rest of it together. We are currently on the second floor. I'm just laying down all of the glass. I've put down the first floor's glass panes around the walls in between all of our decorations. And we are laying down the glass blocks for the floor of this level. We're then going to finish up with panes, and I think we're going to be done. At least as far as everything except for the floor. But it will be a fully enclosed, weather-protected, stylish little place. All right, so we're not quite as easily done as that because I ran out of glass. That's all right. We have plenty. I made it just for this. I also wasted several glass panes because I forgot to switch between the glass blocks. I'm really excited about this. All right, so we're almost done right here. Is that it? All right, that's all of those. We'll just finish up with some glass panes to connect everything. Hopefully not miss that often. I would say it's difficult to do this on camera while you're playing and recording and thinking of things, but the reality is my aim is just terrible, so that's the truth. Now, one thing that I haven't decided if I like, don't care, don't get bothered by, but because of the spacing that I did throughout this build, we have a lot of these situations where the glass panes don't connect with anything at the tops or at the bottoms. And quite frankly, I'm pretty sure I'm okay with that. I mean, it doesn't need to be a completely solid, high-efficiency house that doesn't let any air in or out. In fact, it's probably nice to have these breezy openings. After all, I mean, this isn't like a tundra or anything like that. This is a very tropical, friendly little area. In fact, there's desert over there. It's probably more logical to have these types of openings. Huh. How about that? I talked myself into thinking that everything is perfect. All right, so we do need to create just a few more panes in order to finish up. Last wall for glass. And we're done. This building is entirely sealed in, solid, roof's good, there's lighting built in. I just want to finish up the floor and we'll be good. I like it. One thing to show since I'm up here is that with this design, I lined the edges of the bottom floor with the Acadia. However, underneath all of the Acadia slabs are actually jack-o'-lanterns. And so we're getting a little bit of illumination from the jack-o'-lanterns through the half slabs, which helps to just kind of lighten up this area a little bit without having such overt lighting. with the areas where I couldn't have a half slab of acacia to hide to totally cover the jack-o'-lantern, I initially had them exposed. Didn't really care for the way that looked. So since I needed to find a new place for my crafting table anyway, since this corner was now being sort of repurposed for the design, I decided I'd take advantage of it and just sort of use crafting tables as the sort of inlaid accents of these designs, the sort of hidden thing you get to see when you're inside the base. And I like the way it works. It sort of blends in well with the acacia, but still stands on its own. I'm happy with it. I really am. So we have our whole upstairs done. I am going to just do one quick pass on the floor. I'm not going to stress too much over it. And here we go. Time for the last slab. What do you think? Welcome to our house. There it is. I like it. I like it a lot. What do you think? Come on, do you like it? Do you love it? I think that looks wicked cool. I really do. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode, our base building episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed designing this with me and coming along for the ride. If you did, please click the like button down below. And if you're interested in seeing what happens next, please click subscribe. I can't wait to start the next episode for my new base. I am so happy with the way this thing came out. But until then, see you next time. Bye.